So, you've been hearing things about this new standalone virtual reality headset called the Oculus Quest, but you don't know much about it or whether it would be a good Christmas present? Well, have no fear, Whackman is here. I'm going to help answer all of the questions that you may have. But before we get started, why not subscribe and hit the bell icon to get everything VR related, including gameplays and reviews. If you enjoy the video, then give it a thumbs up. It helps out the channel more than you think. Well, let's get straight into it. The first completely wireless virtual reality headset with 6 DOF.
What is 6 DOF?
Well, to put it simply, DOF means degrees of freedom. When it comes to virtual reality, there are 2 types of freedom. 3 degrees of freedom and 6 degrees of freedom.
What is the difference between 3 degrees of freedom and 6 degrees of freedom, and why do I care?
That's a good question, with a simple answer. 3 degrees of freedom is where you can move your head to look left and right, and the game or application in VR will also move your head in VR left and right. However, when you move forwards and backwards in real life, nothing will happen in VR, since the device is only tracking you in a 3-dimensional space. So in contrast, 6 degrees of freedom will track you in a 6-dimensional space, meaning when you move forwards and backwards in real life, you will move in VR. Obviously, the latter is substantially more immersive. With 6 degrees of freedom, you can sometimes forget you are still in your house and can accidentally try and lean on a table that doesn't exist. Trust me, I've done this.
So, what is the main difference between the Oculus Quest and all of the other VR headsets?
Well, I'm not going to go into all the specification differences between the headsets, as that is a video I've already done. Please check the description below for that video. However, the main reason you would buy the Oculus Quest over all the other VR headsets is, wait for it, this is everything you will need to use it.
What does that mean?
Well, simply put, all other VR devices that offer 6 degrees of freedom require you to either have a powerful PC or laptop capable of running VR, or a PS4 for the PSVR. The Oculus Quest is unique in the sense that you don't need anything else to use it, as it's a standalone device.
Is the Oculus Quest truly wireless?
The Oculus Quest is as wireless as a laptop. To be honest, it has a lot of other features of a laptop or an iPad, such as it connects to your Wi-Fi router, you install apps on it, you can browse the internet, you can play games, you can watch movies, experience the internet in virtual reality on selected videos. If you know what I mean.
So what are the graphics like?
Well, here is where it can make or break you wanting to get it. This is a subjective aspect based on your experience and what you are expecting. What I mean is, if you have a powerful PC with a powerful graphics card such as a 1080 Ti or above, then you will feel a massive difference between the visuals of the Oculus Quest and the PC VR headset you have been using. That's because it's simple math. Your PC laptop is a big clunky item that you can't strap to your face. It just has more power.
Oh no! So are the graphics of the Oculus Quest terrible?
Not at all. If this is your first VR headset, your mind will be blown. Kaboom! The freedom it provides is astonishing. There are no cables holding you back. The graphics you will see will look absolutely incredible, depending on the game. You will honestly forget that you're still in your living room, considering you're not even tethered to anything. Also, a point to note is that the Oculus Quest runs on a 72Hz refresh rate.
Wait, should I care about the refresh rate in VR?
From my experience, the refresh rate in VR is not really that important. A high refresh rate is obviously better, but is it significant enough for you to care? Actually, I'll be surprised if you even notice much of a difference between 90Hz and 72Hz. When you're immersed in a game, these things really don't matter. So my answer is no, you should not care about the refresh rate in VR. All in all, the graphics on the Oculus Quest are incredible and will only get better as developers understand the limitation of the Quest. A game that shows the incredible power of the Oculus Quest is Red Matter, which is incredibly beautiful. That being said, there will be games that have reduced some textures and toned down the graphics from the PC VR version. But I believe a lot of these developers have done so because they worry the Oculus Quest might not be able to handle it. So take that into account if you already have PC VR. However, I believe the graphics for the Oculus Quest games can only get better.
Okay, what is the sound like on the Oculus Quest then?
Honestly, this has to be the worst part of the Oculus Quest. However, this is if you compare it to the Oculus Rift, the previous PC VR headset that Oculus produced. The audio on the Oculus Quest is acceptable, but just loses a big part of the immersion factor.
Oh no, is there anything I can do about the audio on the Oculus Quest?
Yes, there are two things you could do. There are two 3.5mm jacks on the Oculus Quest, one on the right side and one on the left side. You can either connect a pair of headphones through the headphone jack for really good sound, or the alternative, and the method I prefer, is Bluetooth. The Oculus Quest now supports Bluetooth, so if you have a pair of good Bluetooth headphones or earphones, you can use them, or you can buy them relatively cheap. But using either method improves the sound quality immensely, also improving immersion.
You give me two choices. I'm confused. Which is better, the audio jack method or the Bluetooth on the Oculus Quest?
Well, the reason I prefer the Bluetooth headphones is because of the freedom it provides. The headphones connected via the jack are great when it comes to the audio quality. However, because sometimes you just want to take off your headset quickly, you don't really want the hassle of dealing with wires connected to the headset. I've not really had any problems with the audio quality connected via Bluetooth. Just remember, your battery may drain faster when you have Bluetooth connected headphones. There are advantages of having audio that doesn't fully immerse you, mainly on horror games where you may pee your pants because of the immersion if you did have them. However, overall the audio isn't bad, but the good thing is you can easily connect your own headphones through the audio jack or even Bluetooth. The advantage is that you can easily pass the headset around when showing friends or family.
Sounds interesting. What else do I need to know?
Well, let's get the giant elephant out of the way for any purchase, the price. The price is fairly consistent wherever you get the Oculus Quest from. There are two versions of the Oculus Quest, the 64GB model and the 128GB model.
Oh my god, what's the difference between the Oculus Quest 64GB model and the 128GB model? I'm so confused.
Calm down. The answer to this is very simple. The only difference between the two models is the storage capacity. Unlike some mobile phone models, the two versions are exactly the same in quality, appearance, performance and all other aspects apart from storage and price of course. The Oculus Quest 64GB model costs $399 or £399. The 128GB model costs $499 or £499.
So which Oculus Quest model should I get then?
Well, I'm here to keep you informed and save you money if I can. Now that being said, personally, I would recommend you get the 64GB model. Why you ask? Now, if it was the next iPhone, I would probably say get the one with more storage, but that's because of all the selfies you take. However, with the Oculus Quest, each game is around 1 to 2GB in size. Some games and apps are even smaller in size. This would mean you would need to keep around 64 plus games or apps on your Oculus Quest at the same time. This is just not necessary. When it comes to the games available, the storage capacity is more than enough.
But what if I run out of storage?
Well, you should have thought of that before you bought the 64GB version. I'm joking, of course. But this is the exact question I had when I was buying the Oculus Quest. However, after a ton of research and calculations, I came to the conclusion that I will probably never use the 64GB for the whole life cycle of the Quest. You won't be buying every single game that comes out, and even if you did, why would you keep all the old ones that you finished? Let's say you just like to buy all of the games and then play them at a later date, when you eventually find the time. The beauty of the Oculus Store is that you don't have to keep all of your games on your device at all times. What you can do is delete it and reinstall it when you are ready. Considering the small size of the games or apps, it's downloaded in a matter of minutes, or depending on however long it takes you to download, a general maximum of 2GB in your area.
Wait a minute. What if I like to watch a lot of movies on my Oculus Quest?
Again, you don't have to keep all of your movies on your Quest, but to watch them, you don't have to keep installing them either, since you are able to actually stream movies from your PC or laptop. This is a fantastic way of watching movies. There are apps like Big Screen Beta that allow you to watch anything from your PC or even play PC games with ease. So, do you need the 128GB version? No, I really don't think it's necessary. However, if you have the money and just don't want to stream your movies or remove your games, then go for it. But for a Christmas present, the 64GB version is more than enough for anyone.
I'm not sure. Are there any more features I need to know about?
Fine. I was hoping to surprise you with this, but Oculus have taken an amazing and fantastic step, basically making the Oculus Quest into a hybrid VR headset with the Oculus Link.
What in the blue heck is that?
Well, this feature allows you to connect your Oculus Quest to a PC or laptop that is capable of running VR, and allowing you to use the power of your PC to play Steam or Oculus PC games. This does, however, make the headset wired. Another point to consider is that it is the same old tale of jack of all trades but the master of none. The PSVR element is a great feature. However, because the connection is through a USB-C cable rather than a HDMI or DisplayPort, you can tell it isn't as good as, say, something like the Rift S.
So how do the games look in comparison to the Rift S?
You ask a lot of questions. Well, there is a noticeable difference as the Rift S's sole purpose is for PSVR. It will always do better. But your question really is that should you buy the Rift S or the Quest? The answer is based on what your primary purpose is. If you have a powerful gaming PC and will be using your PC for VR all the time, then get the Rift S for sure. It has better visual fidelity, no connection issues and 5 cameras. However, if you don't have a powerful gaming PC and just want the freedom to play anywhere and at any time, then definitely get the Oculus Quest. If you ever get a gaming PC in the future, you can always connect the Quest with the link, so it's a win-win situation.
I've heard there's a wireless solution for playing PC VR games on the Quest.
Well, you heard wrong. Actually, yes. There are 2 methods to technically play PC VR games wirelessly. The first one is called Virtual Desktop, and the second one is called ALVR. Virtual Desktop is a paid application allowing you to connect your PC to your headset and play PC VR games. ALVR is a free application that is sideloaded on the Oculus Quest to accomplish the same thing. However, personally, I don't believe either of these methods is something that I would use or rely on to play PC VR games. I have used these applications in the past, and the latency that you get as well as the lower visual fidelity is just not worth it. So you're always better using the Oculus Link method and connecting the USB-C to play the PC VR games. That being said, there are some lucky people around who have managed to get these applications to work really well with the PC VR games. So the question for you really is, are you feeling lucky? Regardless, I wouldn't use that as a reason to purchase the Quest. I would, however, use all of the other reasons I've given to purchase the Quest. My overall recommendation is get the Oculus Quest 64GB model. Check out my other video for the top 10 Oculus Quest games in the description below. Well, that's all folks. If you enjoyed the video, then give it a thumbs up. For more content on VR, why not subscribe to get the latest VR gameplays and reviews? Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you next time.